The folks who came out here sent out a message that they want the charges to be dropped, first of all, for all of the students.
Amani, what's the situation there?
Well, people are already cleaning up here. Claudia. Terry Shivo has now entered her second night. We're still waiting to learn the identity of the woman whose body was found in this field right behind me. This all started with a disturbance that happened at the Tropic Isle Motel. If you're not a Florida fan, don't be a Gator hater, be a congratulator. That hurt. That hurt. Now the family says Holmes knew the suspect, Wilson Santil, on a first-name basis, and now a split Florida Supreme Court has ruled against the governor. Atlanta's ordinance is being modeled after a similar one that passed unanimously in this 18-page confidential report obtained by HD News. But just take a look at this example of the strength of the storm. The Haynes family hopes to rebuild, but say they know it's going to take a lot of cleanup, time, and help. The training for these dogs starts at birth before they can even see, and it's 24 months of intense coaching. Parents we spoke to agree that something needs to be done to improve the education for their children. Hello, and welcome to UR-TV. I'm Amani Channel. The UR stands for Urban Reporters, and it's our name for citizen journalists. It's hard not to notice when a person is wearing their pants unusually low.
It needs to stop. People don't really realize where it came from. You know, just as we need to know history about everything.
Most people will tell you it started inside America's prisons and jails, where inmates aren't allowed to wear belts. Some say it sends a message. On the outside, however, the style has gone mainstream.
They retail for about 200 plus, and so I sag my jeans a little bit to show them. Like if I were to pull them up where they're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, pull my shirt down, you know what I'm saying, you don't really see them. So when it's up, you just sag them down a little bit, you know what I mean? There you go.
And where'd you get the fashion idea from?
I don't know, I guess hip-hop lifestyle.
Others say it's going too far.
I saw a woman, maybe she was like 19. She had a 2-year-old, and she had the baby's pants already to the knees.
Jeanette Miles is an Atlanta clothing designer.
Nobody really wants to see another individual's underwear.
I've gotten calls from Australia, Canada, I mean, you name it. This is a world problem.
Now Atlanta City Council member C.T. Martin is trying to curb the sagging pants phenomenon.
Your underclothing is private. When you come out in the street and start showing your underclothing, there needs to be some discussion. Why are you doing that?
He's proposing a city ordinance to ban the fashion of wearing baggy jeans that reveal undergarments for men and women. Atlanta's ordinance is being modeled after a similar one that passed unanimously in Delcombe, Louisiana. It made it illegal for anyone to wear baggy pants that reveal underwear. The punishment? A fine of up to $500 or up to 6 months in jail. The ACLU of Georgia says any law that steps on the freedom of expression is unconstitutional.
I find it odd that we're going to mirror the racial profiling practices of a very small town in the middle of Louisiana.
Spent most of my life getting young black men out of jail and still do a lot of that. But I tell you this, on the third offense, I'll help put your butt in jail.
I got a 4.0 last year, and I did that with sagging my jeans. You know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter where you wear your jeans at, that has nothing to do with what's up here. And I think that's what's being lost in this whole situation.
In high definition, Amani Channel, VOOM HD News, Atlanta.
Let's go, ladies. Y'all have a good day.
The Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy looks like most middle schools.
What causes the stress when it comes to seafloor spreading?
Teachers make sure students are engaged in learning, but it doesn't take long to notice something is missing.
I think this school is very great, just for the simple fact it's an all-girls school and we don't have boys here.
It's the school's first year, and the single-gendered curriculum seems to be working.
By us being single-gender, the girls are more focused. They are more driven.
I don't have to worry about anything like being teased or anything like at my old school.
They're so irritating. We have boys in this school. The girls will be afraid to answer a question because they think the boys might laugh at them if they get it wrong.
The plan is to eventually move the school from this temporary home, and the single-gender curriculum will be expanded for girls who choose to stay for high school. It's a bit of academic history for the city of Atlanta, but about an hour east of the big city, this small community is on the verge of taking single-gendered education to the next level.
The first school district of its kind in America to tackle this.
Greene County Superintendent Sean McCullough says he's been studying the pros, cons, and legalities. And starting next school year, all 2,000 students in every grade will be separated by gender.
I got a high school right now that's ranked 332 out of 369 high schools. Our kids are much better than that. Our
parents we spoke to agree that something needs to be done to improve the education for their children, but this plan isn't without controversy. Some people are upset, saying there was no public input. Others say the plan isn't legal.
My personal opinion, I feel like they should start small.
Input from the students, first of all, the parents, no one knew about it.
It is illegal to not offer co-educational opportunities for all of these kids. It has to be voluntary.
I need hands up if you want to answer a question.
Atlanta school officials say the lesson they've learned so far is parents and students must have a choice.
Single gender is not for everybody. But those who do decide to be in that environment, they will thrive.
In high definition, Amani Channel, VOOM HD News, Atlanta.
Amani, what's the situation there?
Well, people are already cleaning up here. Claudia, Florida, and especially the Tampa Bay area has not been spared from the power and the punch Hurricane Dennis is packing. This morning, strong wind bursts, which some people described as a tornado, swept through a neighborhood in an eastern suburb of Tampa called Brandon. That's where we are right now. Many Floridians are, of course, all too familiar with scenes like this after last year's 4 hurricanes. The damage here happened when a strong band swept through, splintering trees, damaging roofs, and crushing cars. Cleanup crews quickly responded to clean up the streets and remove debris from driveways. Chainsaws have been buzzing here well into the night. And despite what's happened here, people are feeling quite thankful. They are relieved that we did not get a direct hit here from Tropical Storm Dennis. Now, there have been similar reports of similar damage here in the Bay Area. However, right now, all eyes are on the Gulf as this hurricane strengthens and makes its way to the Panhandle. This is, of course, the second time that area will be hit by a hurricane in less than a year. Back to you.